my God.
And before you ask, yes, we were the only ones in there on a Monday night to go see Animal Nativity. I love it when we're by ourselves at a movie like this for when the usher comes in halfway into the movie to check on the audience.
He lingered in there for an unsettling amount of time trying to piece this one together.
We both looked over, so we were sitting where we usually sit, like, which is like in front of the bar where there's the stadium seating, and then there's the bar, and then there's seats down there, and there's a screen. We were just sitting up at in front of the bar, so I had my feet up on it, and I'm wearing this hoodie, and you're sitting there, and this guy comes in and just stares at us watching this movie while there was a scene on there where the pigeon was accidentally stuck to the donkey's ass. Like, no, we gotta get to the royal caravan, but we gotta follow the star first to get to Mary. And there's us sitting there.
And then, just off to the side, casually walking in. The guy who's done this 100 times, walk in, okay, whatever, walk back out. But no, not tonight, because there's just two guys in their 30s watching this shit all alone. Like, he was trying to figure out, like did they bring dates?
Mm-hmm.
No, they're clearly here together.
Mm-hmm.
They are the dates.
Yes.
Maybe they have kids. No fucking kids.
We are Thelma and Louise. We are holding our hands going off this cliff. This movie. This what should obviously be a direct-to-video movie that is being screened in theaters right now.
I was looking at the score there on Rotten Tomatoes, and it said that you can watch it now on Vudu.
Really? Oh, so we gotta stay at home and watch this shit. Be like if we went to the theater to see Amityville Awakening.
I just felt like telling you that after the fact.
That's so goddamn it.
Sometimes I like it when you treat me.
Sometimes you just have to see something like this on a big screen. Like, we could have waited until the next day to watch Barbie Starlight Adventure, but we needed to see that on a big screen.
Yes, I needed to wake up early on my day off.
Yeah, I bought lunch afterwards. We got some sweet wings over at Buffalo Wild Wings down the block.
Oh yeah, it wasn't too bad.
And then when after this movie was over, we stood up and you looked behind us. You went, "Okay, good." It's like a fear I have of all these times we're gonna turn around in a theater that we think we're alone at, but there's like 5 people back there.
Because that's happened to me before. It's like we'll get into a theater, there's like one guy like way in the back. It's like, oh, okay, so basically alone. But then when the movie wraps, like, time to get out of here. I'll turn and there's like 5 or 6 people walking down the ramp. Like, when the fuck did they come in?
Didn't that happen to us at Romeo and Juliet? Or did we just not care?
Well, I remember there were a few people there because we were sitting, like, for whatever reason, like, halfway up the stadium seats.
Oh, yeah.
But I think people did just keep coming in.
No, in this movie's case, though, they wouldn't have said anything to us during the movie, because like the movie, all they're hearing from us is just honk, 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 back and forth to each other. It's one of those movies where, like, the animals are speaking English to each other, but when it shows the point of view of any of the humans... they show this in the trailer where it's just like animal noises, like the donkey sounds like a donkey.
But it's a good thing, though, that all animals understand each other and English.
I wanted so much...
The native language to
yes,
ancient Nazareth.
I wanted so much to see some of these animals
in subtitles because it's Aramaic. I know.
Yeah, man. I did. Like, go all out.
Go full Caviezel.
Yes, that's what the sequel will be. Or that trailer we got in front of it for the Apostle Paul starring Jim Caviezel.
I still don't know. Is he playing Jesus in that? Someone look it up. I don't know.
A much more clean-shaven Jesus this time. And so... I wanted so much to see, like, some of these animal interactions, like, more of them from the point of view of the humans in this, because you have scenes where it's Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Tracy Morgan as the camels that the 3 wise men are riding on. Oh, yeah, this is a movie you can go see in theaters right now.
It sounds like a fever dream when you say it, but...
So I wish at some point we got a shot of the wise man going, wait a minute, why did my camel just stop to turn his head around and seemingly yell in camel speak to the one sitting behind us?
It's like they're just very bad at walking in a straight line. Like, they'll go 5 feet and then stop, turn around, converse.
I mean, they have to kind of, at some point in this movie, they have to kind of know, like, okay, these animals may not be able to speak English, but they seem to kind of know things, like, because the animals will be impersonates Joseph and, like, tussles his hair and stuff like that, and, like, Joseph will be like, that donkey's making fun of me. And the bad guy in the movie, who's this brick shithouse guard with these 2 dogs on a metal chain, and he's trying to kill Mary and Joseph, so he figures out to follow them by his dogs interrogating one of the porgs.
And this guy, I don't know if he was really smart or just the worst at his job and just lucked into things. Because, yeah, he was taking on a whim, like, my dog has just harassed, like, a mouse. I guess I'll follow them this way. Clearly, they got some information out of it.
Like, no. We need to wait here for the donkey to walk by so that the dogs will know to follow them. Like, I know.
Was that his plan or the dog's plan?
Oh, I know I'm not supposed to think this hard about this fucking movie, but
he never spoke, so maybe he spoke dog.
Those 2 dogs, B-Dog and Barksteady. Shit.
I love that one of them was an American Staffordshire.
There's, my favorite.
The breed's ahead of its time.
My favorite line from the trailer, unless I missed it, because this movie is like it's like I'm fever dreaming back to something they would have shown us in high school.
Oh yeah, because you went to like a church school.
Yeah, all the kindergarten through 8th, and then high school. So I lost my train of thought. Man, this movie just kind of melted my brain a little bit. Like, there was one part in the trailer that I wish was in the movie, and it's where one of the camels says, that Herod is up to no good. Or something like that.
I remember that. I remember that from the trailer. And yeah, I don't think that came up. I don't remember.
I was waiting for it because I wanted to see how this movie would handle the massacre of the innocents.
Like everything else in this movie.
Yeah.
With grace and class.
Exactly. I wanted to see that Jason Voorhees looking motherfucker who's the guard who was chasing them just slaughter children in the name of Herod. Because that Herod...
Is this one the Messiah?
Nope. Because that Herod's up to something. It doesn't help either that, like, Joseph in this movie looks just like Proculus from Caligula, and the first time we see him in this movie is a wedding, which I'm like, oh, wait, hang on. Now, there were sheep in Caligula.
I've seen this film already.
I know where that horse is going. So, alright, that's this movie. It's the talking,
It's homeward bound. If the home they were bounding to was the Nativity.
My favorite exchange in this movie was the camels at Herod's palace, and Herod says, oh, so it's the king of the Jews that's going to be born. And then it cuts to the camels going, what'd he say? Did he say king of the shoes? He must have said that. Look at his shoes. They're gold. He must be the king of the shoes.
It's like, wow. You guys, you're really, there's a word on the tip of your tongue you just didn't want to say this whole time.
No, they said it, but it does sound a little like shoes, I guess. I mean, look, it's all in the Bible, all right? I mean,
it did look awfully shoe-ish.
Like, yeah. King of the Shoes. So it's a prequel to The Cobbler.
I suppose that's accurate.
Hey, look, I thought that all of this was from the Bible. Like, you know, you said, the nativity scene where we've all seen that, where the donkey is resting his head in Mary's lap.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's not how it looked for you in Sunday school?
Oh, and the animals all bowing like it's the Lion King.
You don't remember there being a wolf there also? No.
I would thought like all of this was like really, really accurate until the ending credit told me that they took some liberties. I should have known when it didn't say story by God.
True, but they didn't even give him like a based on an original screenplay by or something like that, based on characters created by.
Yeah, I want to see that in one of these movies. Story by God, or by Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, really depending on what source you're basing this movie on.
Yeah, no, during the credits, it makes sure to put up like a big disclaimer on the film. Like, while this was a adventurous romp, I mean, some liberties were taken with the telling of the nativity.
I want to see a sequel to this where it's these characters, this animation, this stupid humor with the crucifixion. Like,
it's like, guys, we got to get over there. Our boy JC. Oh God.
Like, you know, for a carpenter, you should know nails don't go there.
That Pontius Pilate's up to something.
Give us Barabbas.
Just which side are you on anyway? We wrote this whole thing. We need to film this.
Yeah, we do. We need to get an animation budget, man. Like, we need our next crowdfunding thing.
Call up your guys that do Lloyd. And
Toonworks. Hey, guys, check this out, right?
So how much blasphemy is too much? So get that out there first.
Oh, look, this movie's not very funny. It's
for having what is the most ridiculously overdone cast I've seen in a movie.
Oh, well, because Oprah creates Christmas at the end of this movie, which actually is the one thing in this movie that does make the most sense, that Oprah created Christmas. You know, I can wrap my head around that. Oprah's one of the camels, and at the end she says, when it's the manger and like Jesus is born and everything.
That was the most pandering simplification.
Holy crap.
That was like the Christmas version of like that social studies book that's like, and then the Indians made way for their new neighbors.
Yeah. Oprah's like, we will remember this for thousands of years. We will never forget. We will celebrate it once a year where we exchange gifts with each other. And then Tracy Morgan and Tyler Perry are like, there she goes again. It's that kind of movie, man. This is the kind of movie where someone does something stupid or makes the pratfall and another character goes, oh boy, like several times. Like, that happens a lot in this fucking movie.
Well, like, a lot of the shouts like that come from the dove, Dave.
Yeah, character named Dave. Don't you remember that Richard Gere movie, biblical movie from the 80s where he played King Dave? The theater, and the donkey's like, hey Dave, get over here. I'm sitting there like, Dave.
Every time.
It's a biblical movie. It has a character named Rufus.
But it's Keegan-Michael Key. He's a funny guy. He knows comedy. What is he like?
I don't know,
they paid him to be bad at his job, is what this movie felt like.
This has a giant cast. Like it feels like something that should be direct to video, but the cast is. They're all names in this movie.
It's insane. Like, even like bit parts, like like, that horse that was singing was, like, Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, yeah.
I figured it had to be somebody who was a singer because the horse kept singing for the 3 lines it has in the entire movie.
Kelly Clarkson or Kristen Chenoweth. It was one of the two. I know Kristen Chenoweth was in there somewhere, and Patricia Heaton is, of course, in this.
Yeah, the cow with no sense of humor.
That's her. Deborah! You cow! Damn, man.
Everyone loves Raymond, but not Raymond's wife.
Yeah, like, Tracy Morgan, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, Keegan-Michael Key. From all that to Delilah is in this.
Joel Osteen is
Joel
a voice.
Osteen is in this film.
But then, it's I don't know. I can't fucking wrap my head around, like, enough people were like, it's a Jesus movie. No one's gonna like I don't like because like right now it's got like a 61 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I feel like at least 40% of that is people who's like, well, I'm not gonna give a bad review to a fucking Jesus movie.
That just reminds me of here's why some of it might be okay, because honestly, if you are dead set on going to see a religious movie that's in theaters now, I mean, it's better than Let There Be Light. It's not a hateful film. It's not made by terrible people.
It's the least offensive Jesus movie out right now. And the fact that that's a qualifying sentence for anything, it's the least offensive Jesus movie.
Yeah, man. And plus, like 2 days ago, I watched this War on Christmas movie called Christmas with a capital C that has lines in it. It's like Daniel Baldwin is this guy who comes into town and wants to, because he's from San Francisco, and he wants to, like, outlaw the nativity and the word Christmas and all this shit. And they have this ruling from a judge, and the judge is like, off the record, I do not want to rule against Jesus. And so this movie has lines where the hero in the movie, who's Ted McGinley, the hero of the movie says, like, oh, what? They probably want us to show other religions up there too, like the Kwanzaa thing, whatever that is. Yeah, and so much
respect and reverence for other people's cultures.
They're like, hey, we make up 98% of this country, all right? Like,
I feel that number is inaccurate.
we make up 98% of this country. This is what makes us happy. And then he goes like, this country was founded by Christians like us.
Also feel like that's inaccurate.
This is on Patreon right now. By the way, I did a snob episode on this. Lauren, if you want to see this, Christmas with a capital C. That's what it is. It's I don't have to tell you this. It's a PureFlix movie, and it's exactly what you think a PureFlix War on Christmas movie would be.
Hateful.
Very much so. Holy shit. Wow. Oh my god.
Watched a War on Christmas movie. Just kidding. It was Fox News.
There's a part where a character grandstands in a coffee shop because the waitress tells him Happy Holidays, and he goes on this whole grandstanding thing about it, and then later on he calls someone else a wuss. There's a part in the movie where
what a snowflake. Happy Holidays. Gah!
Yeah, dude, that is this whole fucking movie. There's a part later on where
that just kills me though. Just sidetracks, like, one of those holidays is Christmas. I mean, you are being included in that statement. I mean, it's...
You'll love this line later on where they're having a talk, and the wife says, she says, Christmas is spelled with a capital C for a reason, because it starts with the Christ. Like,
no, it's spelled with a capital letter because it's a proper noun.
Because it's a holiday. It's like, oh right, I forgot that was the only holiday that gets capitalized.
Like, I also spelled the 4th of July with a capital F and a capital J because, I don't know, it just looks weird if I lowercase all words.
Oh, so... You know what? I understand why you would grade this movie on a curve. You just saw Let There Be Light. I saw it a couple weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I saw this Christmas with a capital C shit. This movie, no, I am not recommending this movie. But there are worse things you could sit through.
But if you're for the holiday coming up, if like, you know, you're at your parents, you're at your fucking in-laws, you know, they're like, oh, we should all go see a movie, and you're like, it's like, I don't know, like, it's like Justice League, I'm on the fence about it, I don't know, and they're all like, The Star. It could be worse.
It could be a lot worse, and if you're being here's why it might be okay if you're dragged to this one during the holidays, because it's only like 80 minutes. If you're being dragged to something during the holidays, odds are, no matter what gets picked, you probably don't want to see it, or you're probably not in the mood to go see a movie because you family shit. At least this is, you'll be in and out. It's like 80 minutes long.
That being said, coming up here for like the Christmas holiday, if you're not a Star Wars fan, but your family is, oh, you're in for a long sit.
Yeah, man. It's like 2.5 hours, right? Yeah.
It's like 150 some minutes or some shit. Like, oh, fuck you.
I gotta see Murder on the Orient Express again. Laura and I are going to her family's in Virginia for like leaving tomorrow. We'll be gone through like for the next week or something like that, and they want to go see that, and I'm like, okay, well, at least that's okay. Like, it's a decent movie. Like, I would not go see it again on my own, but I'm like, all right, well, there's much worse things I could be taken to go see. I never really see movies a second time in the theater anymore because I'm here so much. So it's weird to me that's one of them now that I've now seen in the theater twice.
Yeah, usually like every now and then I'll end up seeing one twice, but usually because like I'll do one. Yeah, I'll do one here and be like, it's like, oh shit, I told Letty she should come. It's really good. Fuck it, I'll bring her back like this weekend. Like we gotta watch this. Like it's really good. And I can't talk to you about it.
I wanted to do that with Laura, to take her to go see Mother, because she would really like. Excuse me. She would really like that one a lot, but it was like here and gone. I took her to Get Out. I saw that twice because I took Laura to see that.
Back when Split came out.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, I can't say anything to you because it's really good and I want you to actually watch it and I don't want to. So I had to like hold my tongue on that one because like we just never had a chance for her to get over to see it in the theater.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, fuck, now I gotta wait till the DVD comes out. It's like, I'll talk to you about this in 3 months.
I remember Laura was at Split because the reason why I remember she was at Split is she really wanted to see it, and she ended up really liking it, but it was a night where I had 2 movies and that was the second one, so we rode together there, so she had to sit through the first movie as well, which was XXX Return of Xander Cage.
It's like, if you sit through this, I promise you it'll be worth it.
Yeah. After Xander Cage, he's like, I better fucking like Split.
Because I remember when I showed up, she looked mad, and I was like, what the? It's like, what happened?
Oh, we just saw Axe Body Spray the movie. That's what happened.
She's just sitting there like, that was so fucking stupid.
The things I do for my country. It's fuck. So The Star.
Oh, right.
I don't recommend seeing this. The only... Watch it if you want to see something like this, and you and your family watch stuff like VeggieTales and things like that. This isn't even the first like nativity movie or special that's involved talking animals in it. Like if that's something that you watch a lot of and
that's
still
your
do,
genre of choice.
Yeah, like if you know, like I know people who. I went to school with people who leisurely watch stuff like VeggieTales and things like that, and
sometimes you just need to hear Bible parables told you by talking asparagus.
Sometimes you do, and
this makes more sense sometimes.
This is just—it's one of those things. It's just one of those. It's not offensively bad or anything like that. It's just not funny. It's just really not funny.
It stretches it even for a kid's movie.
Yeah, the jokes gonna be just summed up with, oh boy! Like, that's really, yeah, and he lands on the bird and the bird's stuck to his ass. Like,
it's kind of how I felt about that one that we got the trailer for.
Duck, Duck, Goose.
Yeah. With the most hilarious children's movie star, Jim Gaffigan.
Man,
well, I don't know about this guy. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. That's his whole movie, is him doing a whiny voice.
I love it when you're at a movie like this, because you never really... This is your first time really seeing a lot of these trailers.
I've not
seen these.
Like, any of those trailers. Like
I've seen them a few times. Oh, God, I've gotten that like 20 times. Well, I wish to God we got the trailer for the sequel to Gnomeo and Juliet.
God, I keep forgetting that's a fucking thing.
Sherlock Gnomes. Yeah. That's okay. The fart joke from that trailer is in the Ferdinand trailer. What was that? Oh, that hair is stinky. John 3:14.
That hair is stinky.
I remember when I was in theology class in high school, and we were in the Gospels, and the teacher, Mr. Camelor, says, this next one that you're gonna read is really just nails the point right home. Like, this is just like it packs so much meaning and everything. Tom, why don't you read that? This guy in my class, Tom, he was accidentally in the wrong book, so he reads it aloud and he goes, the disciples went into town and bought food.
You nailed it, the word of the Lord.
Everyone's, what? It needs, flipping through to the next chat. Oh, yeah. That gave me a bigger laugh than anything in this fucking movie. Any final thoughts about this?
You know, I have to wonder, because the main character, Bo, is voiced by Steven Yeun.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is this why they killed him off from The Walking Dead? It's like, I gotta pursue my movie career, guys. I gotta go places.
He's following his own star. Yes.
God damn it.
I'm just waiting.
Stop following this star. Follow a different star.
Yeah. I was just waiting for that guard at the end to just bash his head in with that club that he got.
Oh.
Spoiler.
See what that went.
Alright. I don't know. Like, thanks for coming out tonight, by the way. This is my last chance to see this before I'm leaving town tomorrow. I'm leaving Tuesday for Virginia till, I think Sunday maybe or something like that. So, I know Coco comes out Thursday, but whatever comes out over Thanksgiving, I'm going to have to make up when I get back to town. Because I'll be resting and watching Murder on the Orient Express again, apparently. Alright, guys. Thanks a bunch in the chat for watching. See you next time.